Can I please ask somebody to be the volunteer and shuffle these boxes? Okay. Oh. Okay, two of you. Come on.
When you say shuffle, what do you...
So basically, just change the position of the boxes and
There needs to be no
the
pattern
cards.
afterwards.
Yeah. So in the count of, so Pascal, if you can be here, and in the count of 10 to 0, you have to stop. Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much. You might go back to your seat. The Milky Way. I love blue. It goes into the vagina of a woman. Child labor, perhaps. I hope the bike rider is fine. The beach in Devon, in the UK. It reminds me of Australia. Thank you, bird. Yay! A book. I wonder who left it there. A boat, perhaps? Straße in Friedrichshain. Oktoberfest 2017. I wasn't there though. Hello, my name is T.I.T.S. I'm a performance and visual artist. In spring 2016, I began to pick up lost and discarded objects off the streets around my neighbourhood in Friedrichshain. I didn't know why I did that. I didn't know why I picked up these objects. Apart from their colors and forms, and they were also everywhere in Berlin. Then in summer 2017, I began to engage and play with these objects. I have made drawings, paintings, sculptures, took photographs and soon I'll be making performances and installation. From the process of engagements, I develop an emotional connection with these objects. And the emotional connection is so strong to the point where I am so attached to them and I'm afraid of losing them, and I am in love with them. It's kind of a bit strange, don't you think, that you're in love with some dead objects?
Aren't you in love with the stories behind them?
Pardon?
Aren't you in love with the stories behind them? Do you think it's the objects?
No. I don't think so. I will reveal the answers as I speak. So this brought me to the journey of going inside my psychology, of why I have developed this emotional connection with subjects. Recently, I found 3 answers for my questions. So I asked myself why I am attracted to them, why I am fascinated with them, and why I am attached to them. The first answer to my questions is an artistic one. So I really like these objects because of their qualities. They are so accessible, meaning that I can find them anywhere on the street as soon as I get out of the house. And secondly, they are free, they don't cost me money, so it's good for the artist. And thirdly, they are resilient because of the materials that they're made out of: plastics, metals, papers, and some of them come straight from the nature, like the stone and the feather. The second answer to my questions is more of an anthropological point of view. I see these objects as a representation of my time living as a human on this planet. They are the artifacts, the markings of humans' innovations and creativities. But by the same token, they are the markings and artifacts of humans in ignorance and stupidity. And these objects reminds me of the era, it reminds me of the era that I'm living currently, which is the era of plastics and conveniences. So, within this object or through these objects, I see my history as human, who are living in this planet. And finally, my last answer to my questions. It comes from the heart, and I hope I will not burst into tears when I'm saying it. These objects reminds me of my youngest self, a child, a female child, who was born in Indonesia and grew up in a conservative Chinese family. As a child, I was bright, colorful, happy, resourceful, and resilient, just like these objects. But I experienced some discriminations because of my gender, being born a girl. And it's a common knowledge that whether in Chinese culture or in many other cultures, being born a girl is inferior, or female is an inferior gender. My mother once told me the story that when my brother was born, my grandfather was over the moon. She said to me that my brother could do anything and it would not upset my grandfather. It seemed that he had all the privileges. And then on another occasion, I had a conversation with my grandmother about family and how to address the adults. I was very young and I cannot remember exactly the conversation that I had with my grandmother. But what I remember is this. She said that my brother, my younger brother, the second born, he is the first grandchild in the family line. And of course I asked, why? And she told me because he's a boy. And then as a kid, I was very curious. So I asked again. So Ama, that's my grandmother. If my brother, my younger brother, the second born, is the first grandchild, what number am I? I haven't got the answer. I don't have the answer until today. I want to leave you with a more positive note. And I want to, with the knowledge that I am very comfortable in my own skin, being female, now and since I was a kid. And I embrace being a woman. I celebrate myself as a woman. Even though my culture had seen me or saw me as the imperfect child, the imperfect gender, in my heart and soul, I feel perfect because I am alive. And because I am alive, I can bring change, awareness, and understandings. And do you realize that these objects actually have gender? For example, in Italian, Spanish, or even German languages, the grammar changes according to the gender of the objects. The objects have feminine notion or masculine notion. So what we can learn from these objects is that no matter what gender you are and what shortcomings you have experienced in your lives, just like these objects. They are broken, weathered, soiled. They are imperfect, but that have brought changes and understanding and awareness, at least to me. And so that goes the same to you, that no matter how small, how imperfect, and in your actions or gestures to bring change, I can assure you that you can bring colors into someone else's lives and to this planet. Thank you.